Today is Monday, August the 3rd, and the McClellan oscillator continues to be noisy right around the zero line. This is what it looks like, a little expanded here, but you can see this area here means that we really have been just moving on either side of the zero neutral line for some time now. The summation index continues to run just a little bit flat. Because the oscillator isn't changing that much, the summation index, as a result, shows not much of a change. The total volume today was reasonable, better than most days last week. And let's look at some charts, because there's some interesting Fibonacci's to look for. Here's the Dow Jones. Dow Jones is a long way off from making its pre-COVID high, rejected at 78% and supported at 61.8, rejected at 78.6. NASDAQ making a new closing high today. Yes, it did make a new high overall, tipped just a little bit higher than this one, but made a new closing high. Now is broken through 138.2%. Thank you to Apple and probably other stocks. The volatility index didn't change that much. Apple had a breakout day again, hitting almost $450, $447, and then pulled back substantially. I mean, that's just two big gains in a row, and people are buying into this stock at this high price. It's really amazing. Knowing that it's ex-dividend on Friday, I think that's an 82-cent dividend, and it goes for a 4-for-1 split. Remember we had a 7-for-1 split back in, I don't know, 2016, 17? Maybe it was earlier than that. Now we've got a 4-for-1 split. Imagine if you were holding on to Apple shares for a long period of time. Apparently, Warren Buffett's now tripled. His stakeholding in Apple has tripled. Home Depot continues to bounce at this high, unable to break 267.38. Still a great stock. I was looking to buy some AT&T today because it's now a 7% dividend, but I sense that it could be going a little bit lower. And it could be going down to 28.41 if there's some weakness in the market. And that's where I'd be looking to buy, either when it gets down here or when it breaks above 30.61. But it's just not a sexy stock, but it's a consistent, good dividend-paying stock. Whirlpool is above 68.1% now. So we've had a number of days where we've tested that level and now have broken up above it. This is a what kind of a pattern is this? This is a shark pattern. Remember I told you don't see them very often, don't like them very often, but it really is a perfect one. Coming down to pretty much 68.1% negative retracement on the X to A, and then finding B, A, then B, and then finding the 61.8%. And now it's just moving up in that general direction. I think it's going to be a hard slog, but I do think it's going to get to 216. Boeing had a positive day today, but don't get too excited. If you're short this stock, hang in there. If it gets rejected at this minor Fibonacci, 23.6%, buy some more puts or sell some more shares short. Puts are a safer bet than buying a stock at $162, rather selling a stock at $162. If you've been looking at gold, we took our eye off GDX. We were invested in GDX at one time. Boy, it sure has rocketed up there. That's, a symptom of weakness of the dollar. And when you get weakness of the dollar, you got to look at the dollar, oil, gold, that triangle. You don't get the three of them strong at any one time. You get two of them strong, one of them strong, two of them weak. But you don't get gold, oil, and the dollar strong at any given, all at the same time. Keep an eye, of course, on the S&P. The NASDAQ, I just think, is so overstretched. This was its COVID high right here at 97.36, and now we're 38.2% higher than that. So we lost that value from February the 19th to March 22nd. It took a month, and now March, April, May, June, July, 4 months later, we are back to a 40% profit. Keep your eye on that. Keep your eye on the S&P. The S&P sure looks like it wants to get to 33.90 and make a double top. That is going to be a lot of work, but it sure does look like it. So going back to the McClellan oscillator, one could say that this is just some coiling going on here, and that the breakout mode should be upside. Look what the Dow Jones has been doing, pretty much nothing, while the oscillator has just been making noise.